Greetings, good humans. Okay, something has been on my spirit. If you're there or not, when you get there, you'll have to do this. If you're there or not, you'll have to get here. When you get there, you'll have to do this. So I don't know what stage you're on, but I hope you get here because this is the end result of all the studies. This is the end result of 28 years of studying the laws and applying them. And I come with this lesson. When you are finally woke, you will and should throw out the water, the bath, and the baby. When you're woke, you have to throw all of this out. When you're woke, you will find that everything they've taught you is bullshit. Everything. Everything. And in order to get on the track where you're supposed to be on, you're going to have to throw out the programming, right? You're going to have to you have to unwash yourself because you've been brainwashed, right? By our culture. Been brainwashed. So if you're going to put any kind of new understanding into your being, you're going to have to wash this programming. I like to put this goddess up a lot because this sister here, because we found her in the tombs in America. Okay? Found her in America. Not Egypt, but here in America. So I like to reach out to everyone with the programming. It could be Christian programming. It could be some other kind of programming. It could be just the American, this invasion culture programming. Whatever it is, please understand you've been lied to. And most of the things they tell you, if it's not outright lies, it's told in reverse. Like how the slaves came from Africa and all that, but they really came from here. See, that's what they do. They have mind fucked everyone to an extent that now you are the descendants of mind fucked elders that fell for it. We are all descendants of mind fucked elders that fell for it. We fell for it every time they changed our names, every time they reclassified us, every time they said some nonsense. I remember when I started to wake up years ago, I started to listen to everything they would say, like on TVs or commercials and movies. Start dissecting it. Because I realized that they say things and then we make it so. Like sheep's followers. We make it real. The shit they say is not even real, and we make it real. And then mess around and teach it to others and make tests on it. And modules and classes around the nonsense. Man, I would like to encourage you all to throw out the baby, the bathwater, and the bathtub. And break that damn window all the way on the way out. Break it out to the frame. I've had it with these lies. I remember I saw something that said, they just suggest things, and the suggestions become culture. They said some nonsense. Yes, you don't want to reward your children. Turns out, studies show, man, quit listening to these people. Studies show that we're overpraising our children. Turns out, when they do good things, don't say anything. Let them accept in their core that they did a good thing. But don't tell them and certainly don't reward them for their good behavior. Because, see, there's some good kids and there's some not so good kids. And if you reward the good kids, then it makes the bad kids sad. I don't want to speak no more on that. All I got to say is any Melanites or brown people that stop telling their kids good job because some invader race told you something that they shouldn't be telling you, shame on you. Shame on you for taking advice from people that don't have their own advice. Shame on you from taking advice from people that stole everything they teach. Or it's a lie. Shame on you for teaching your kids what they taught you. Shame on you for not throwing out the baby, the bathwater, and the goddamn bathtub. Because it's all bad. All the information's bad. Everything is wrong. If you don't know this, go wake up some more and come back. I'll be here. But everything they tell you is a lie. Every story they feed you is a story they want you to tell, see? Every story they tell you is the narrative that they want you to keep repeating. They're not going to tell you the truth. So don't expect to find it. I'm not going to tell you nothing else. I'm just saying, if you do or take anything they tell you to take or do, oh, pity the fool. I'm not losing any sleep over you. Because in this age, the wise ones, they're not falling for any of this. The wise ones aren't putting up with any of this. They're not taking your pills. They're not taking your new drugs. We're not drinking your new alcohol. We're not doing your new dumb shit. We're not sleeping with women. We're not sleeping with men and we're men. We're not doing any of that. We're not teaching our kids that, oh, you can be whatever you feel like being, son. No, that's not our culture. That's somebody else's culture. Okay, people? So don't forget this. We are a bunch of different cultures in one pot, and they're dying to stir us all up. They're dying to stir us all up so that nobody can be identified, and that this hedonistic, pedophilic nature can take over. And before you know it, you can't tell the beasts from the gods. That's what they want. So if you don't throw out the baby, the bathwater, and the bathtub, you're going to get some you're going to get some bull crap in your life. You're going to get something tainted in your life because you're still drinking the Kool-Aid. You're still in the mix. You're still buying what they're selling. You're still going and getting the Frappuccino every day. Put that $5 in a piggy bank every day. See how much money you have at the end of the year. See how much money you gave to Mr. and Mrs. Buck. Why don't you give yourself some bucks and quit taking your money to Starbucks and things like that. See, we've been invaded by an invader race. And what it wants to do is get rid of everyone's cultures so that we can adopt theirs. Hedonistic, bestiality, pedophilic, ancestral lineage, which is the Eastern European way of living. That's not us. Throw out the baby, the bathwater, and the bathtub. And break the damn window frame on the way out the window with all of it. Throw it all out and start over again. Don't teach your kids this stuff. Don't feed yourself this stuff. Don't feed your kids this stuff. Start all over. Go back to your roots, whatever your culture is. I'm an Aborigine Indian. I'm Choctaw, not Choctaw. I'm Choctaw. So whatever anybody else got to say, I'm not interested. I'm only interested in the ways of the Amarukans. Not the Americans, see. This is before the Americans. Before the Americans, we were a Marukan. So get back to your roots. Find out what your roots are and get back to that. And stop chasing this new age stuff that they're selling you every day. Because it's just not the way. It's not the way. Peace to your evolution and true awakening.